in order to show what a joint force can accomplish. Today, you'll have a front row seat of what it's like for our friendly forces to establish air supremacy, take out targets on the ground and assault an enemy fortification, and ultimately take control of an enemy airfield. Picture, if you will, Eielson Air Force Base is an enemy stronghold. On the cutting edge of the fighting force, the F-35s move in for the kill, taking out the last of the enemy ground defenses. From the left, ladies and gentlemen, the F-35.
Raptor 1, proceed to initial for ACM. Raptor 1.
The F-35A Lightning II uses its cutting-edge stealth technology, coupled with an internal carrier, super advanced GPS elevation. The F-35 is taking out the last of the enemy air defenses near the runway. With the airfield now defenseless, the F-35 climbs overhead into a pattern as armed overwatch. Now that the base is clear, other American aircraft are proceeding towards the base to assist in the final takeover.
Check 3.
But wait, it appears that one last enemy aircraft has survived and is on the runway. Looks like the mighty F-22 Raptor has arrived just in time.
Jungle 17, 6 minutes. Jungle 17, proceed inbound, best speed.
The F-22 Raptor has made easy work of the enemy MiG, establishing clear air superiority over the dwindling enemy forces. The Raptor is the world's most advanced air superiority aircraft. It uses its extremely capable radar and state-of-the-art stealth technology to sneak in undetected and dominate enemy forces. Coupled with advanced radar-guided and heat-seeking missiles, the Raptor's thrust-factoring capability makes it unmatched as a dogfighting machine.
The Raptor MiG, proceed to out. C-17 cleared inbound for drop. Striker, Humvee, adversary vehicle, you are cleared to hold short of the runway at your assigned positions.
What you just experienced, ladies and gentlemen, is dogfighting at its best as the F-22 is unmatched in air superiority. The enemy aircraft quickly falling in flames.
Raptor 1003 going Chino. Jungle 17 winds 230 and 6, gust 10, altimeter 995. Channel 1, 4 minutes.
U.S. forces on board the C-17 Globemaster are inbound to the enemy airfield. Now that the enemy aircraft and air defenses have been eliminated, U.S. forces can begin to take control of the airfield. If you direct your attention to the south end of the airfield, on your left, you'll see a C-17 Globemaster III. It's one of the most reliable and versatile aircraft in the Air Force inventory. C-17 inbound with American forces on board.
China 5-1, extend out for your initial C-17 traffic is slightly delayed.
F-22s continue to hunt cover over the enemy airfield as the C-17 approaches.
Overlook Jungle 17, approximately 1 minute 30 seconds out. Request drop times winds. Winds currently 180 at 3. Copy 103.
The aircraft, of course, coming in at an extremely slow speeds due to the fact that jumpers will be exiting the aircraft.
Jungle 17 from Airbus, you do have a hot target, cleared drop. Jungle 17, cleared drop.
And the engines on board this aircraft are super quiet. You can literally not even hear the C-17 approaching. This gives us a tactical advantage, as again, enemy forces would not hear the aircraft approaching. F-35s high above, keeping armed overwatch of the airfield as the C-17 approaches, again, looking for any potential enemy threats that might interfere with the jumpers that will be exiting the aircraft momentarily.
KC-135 Raptor 01, cleared to proceed initial for refueling demo. Raptor.
On board is a group of strike team operators whose mission is to rapidly and effectively establish control of the friendly aircraft from the steer position. As you watch, they will exit the aircraft in a static line jump from an altitude of just 1,000 feet above the ground. This low altitude jump ensures minimum time under parachute, which limits their exposure to any potential ground threats that may see them falling.
Jungle 17, 3 good canopies. Jungle 7.
Ladies and gentlemen, watch as these experts lead the safety of the C-17 to fall onto an enemy airfield. Upon landing, it is their job to quickly gather their equipment and establish a safe perimeter to make sure that they are protected from any potential enemy troops that may remain.
Army vehicles, you're cleared onto the runway. Copy, all pushing.
It looks like the Army has arrived just in time to provide support for the jumpers.
On ground, clear for flyover. Ground vehicles are cleared on the runway. Adversary hold position on runway 32.
Affectionately known as the Humvee, are heavily armed and armed with weaponry to aid in the protection of ground personnel. As they park to rally the jumpers and their equipment, they will position themselves to ensure the surrounding area is kept clear of enemy combatants. You can hear the F-35s continuing to circle, provide defensive support for our forces on the ground. The F-35 looking for any enemy ground troops that may be moving into the area or enemy aircraft that might try to interfere with this operation. The F-35s are easily identifying any enemy entering the combat area and quickly to respond to take out the threat.
Adversary hold position on the runway.
Chino initial.
Chino Tally Hill.
As the jumpers and Army forces are gathering,
Jungle 17, we are still on time for winds to blow.
Please again direct your attention to the south end of the airfield, where a KC-135 will be demonstrating its air refueling capabilities to an F-22. The KC-135 is all reliable when it comes to aerial refueling. It is quite possibly the most in-demand asset in the entire United States military. Without refueling capabilities, the F-22 are very limited in the distance they can fly and the amount of time they can stay airborne. The KC-135 is one of a few select assets that have this capability, and they can carry almost 200,000 pounds of jet fuel, enough to fully refuel dozens of fighters like the F-22. The F-22 takes gas from the fuel and expands forward on the KC-135 with precise maneuvers and expert control. The F-22 flies in perfect formation and speaks with the boom.
Take correction to hold assembly, Op 4, proceed inbound.
The boom app attaches to the KC-135. The boom has tiny wings.
Op 4 proceeding.
It's literally flown by the boom operator into position to attach to the F-22. This refueling is normally done above 20,000 feet, which is why today you won't see them actually hooked up. Things appear to be heating up on the airfield as enemy forces are beginning to move in and stop the American ground forces from setting up defenses. The F-35 is overhead and using their advanced targeting equipment with infrared and optical cameras to search for valuable targets on the ground. Kodiak can also call for fires on any ground targets.
9 line.
Go 9 line.
Shots ready.
Flight 1 KK-20, friendly element is receiving effective fire from enemy vehicle driving northbound on runway. We are TIC at this time.
Airboss Flight 1, are you here at 9 line?
Negative. .35, you can commence your attack.
Zero 1, 30 seconds.
Op 4, continue slowly rolling northbound on the runway.
Op 4, we'll go.
Aielson Center, enemy ground forces are moving onto the airfield to acquire a position on our enemy forces, on ground forces. And now if you direct your attention to the right as the F-35 inbound to the enemy airfield.
Big 1 proceeding inbound.
Big 1 cleared in from the north low.
Good.
This looks like an easy victory for our American heroes, but the enemy won't give up that easily. Crowd right. The enemy MiG inbound. The F-35 now coming in the offensive position to shoot down the enemy aircraft.
Clear, by the way.
The MiG knows he's in trouble, doing everything in his power to evade. The F-35 has taken out the enemy MiG, and another victory for the American forces.
Chino, make one positive. Chino, clear return. Let's try the one right to block.
And tanker, proceed inbound.
Chino.
Tower, you calling there, boss?
Tower 3.
With American air superiority in the air and forces on the ground, the enemy base has been secured. And the enemy airfield is now in American hands.
Vehicles proceed inbound. Vehicles proceed inbound.
Big back pushing.
Top 4 copies.
Chino descending. 1-5.
Once again, American
Airbus number
forces have
17,
secured the enemy
proceeding to
airfield,
Sally, climbing 10,000.
Struggle 17, proceed to the climb.
showing American air superiority in the air and on the ground. American forces moved in and have secured the enemy airfield. With our forces combined and the joint services of the United States and our allies provide an unrivaled fighting force. Top-tier fighters like the F-35 and the F-22 provide only combat-capable fifth-generation aircraft in the world, and Alaska will boast 2 squadrons of each in just a few short months.
Sally.
These aircraft are capable of obliterating enemy aircraft as well as striking ground targets with astonishing precision. Force multipliers such as the KC-135R Stratotanker guarantee that the long arm of the U.S. military reaches anywhere on the globe in a matter of hours, not days. The tactical air controllers, party, paratroopers, and other soldiers on the ground are the tip of the nation's spear, taking and holding whatever piece of land required to keep America safe. It's because of men and women on the front lines that you enjoy the freedoms and advantages we do today. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our Joint Forces demonstration. Above you, you can today see combined forces of your hometown heroes. The fifth-generation fighter capability in the state of Alaska is something that enemy nations fear. In order to train these aircraft to be the best in the world, the KC-135 go longer and be more effective. And last but not least, Eielson's own world-class aggressor, F-16, provide top-tier adversaries to train against and make Americans fighting the best in the world.
You're cleared off. Guys, remember we're going 1-4, so Thud, you need to start making right-hand traffic to 1-4.
And let's give a big shout out to our Army personnel as they come down the show line. And we'd like to give a big shout out to Fort Wainwright and the personnel there for their support in Arctic Lightning 2021. Coming up in just a few moments, we'll have a mass skydive exit of the Wings of Blue from the Air Force Academy. Flying high in the C-17 as our heroes coming back around from your left to right. And our aggressors, the F-16s. And last but not least, the F-22. Demonstration you saw out here today, the Joint Forces demonstration. What an amazing job these personnel do. Again, this is the training that they go through 24/7 in defense of the United States. An amazing job, an amazing demonstration. And if you enjoyed it today, we're going to do it again tomorrow. The aircraft you saw performing in the joint demonstration today are based all here in Alaska. Some of the best training ground in the world. And they are all stationed either here at Eielson or at J-Bear down in England. Or Wainwright for the Army. The Army vehicles we saw participating in today's exercise are parked down at the south end of the ramp, down with the Apache helicopter, and some of our other Spanish fighting aircraft. So go by and check all that out on the south end of the ramp there. Airshow Center at SchultzAirshows.com. FSS and Alaska Airlines present the Midnight Sun Beer Garden and Mobile Beverage Service. Stay cool today with a visit to the nearest beer tent or fly down an Alaska Airlines Beverage Park. On behalf of the Armed Services YMCA of Alaska, we would like to thank our military members and their families for your service and sacrifice. It is our honor to fulfill our mission to enhance the lives of military members and their families in spirit, mind, and body through programs relevant to the unique challenges of military life. Thank you for serving your country. And the Alaska KC-135 touching down from the 160th Air Refueling Wing. Based right here at Eielson Air Force Base. It provides utility services to military bases in